All right, when emotions run high, we often turn to food for comfort, and it can be a tough cycle to break. But Dr. Rob is here with his white hot suit. He's here to explain how we can stop this harmful habit. Looking good, Dr. Rob.
Thank you.
Always good to see you.
Well, white, it's good to see you too. White's such a calming color, and I thought for such a stressful segment, stress over eating, I was going to wear a color that was calming so the audience in Dayton can feel calm over the stress eating subject.
And it looks great. And you also brought some delicious stress relieving foods.
Some of our
cookies,
favorite sugary foods, cakes, cookies, candies.
M&Ms.
Gotta love these things, right? We all do.
We all do.
But stress can play a very important role in our lives. So having a little bit of stress is actually a good thing because it helps us get things done. Helps us get our work done, accomplish tasks.
True.
But when you have stress for too long a period of time, that's when bad things can happen. And it hits us hormonally, and it can hit us in our behaviors and how we act on a daily basis. And what happens is that stress, when it's chronic, it elevates these hormones that we really don't want to have elevated.
Right.
And it leads to things like headaches and stress and anxiety, depression, stomach aches and pains, and then it's not good. And then that leads to things where people start to overeat foods.
That binge eating.
Yeah, to binge eating, to find comfort in those foods. And that's not really a good thing, especially if you're trying to lose weight or maintain your weight.
But it tastes so good, Dr. Rob.
It does taste good, and you can enjoy these things, and I certainly wouldn't eliminate them from your nutrition and your diets. It's okay to incorporate them at certain times, and if you're aware of your habits and the things that you're doing, you can include them in your nutrition plan without going overboard.
Right, so some moderation definitely has to
Yeah, moderation is definitely key. You know, food plays such an important role in all of our lives. It has very powerful societal and ethnic origins.
Right.
You know, it's there when we celebrate, it's there when we mourn, and food is just incorporated into all of our lives. I mean, it's the one thing that you do on a daily basis that you actually use all of your senses. When you go to eat food, it's like this apple pie. You see the beautiful color of the apples. You can smell the cinnamon and the crust of the apple pie. When you eat it, you can taste it, right? You can feel the texture of the pie in your mouth. And then usually when you're celebrating, you have these kind of foods, it's the laughter with your friends and your family. So food plays a very powerful role in our life.
I feel like you're trying to break me down slowly.
I am.
Eat the apple
just
pie.
a little bit. At the end of the segment, I want you in the pie.
Right.
And
so how can we break this cycle?
Here she comes. Here comes Sally.
There you go, Sally.
Get the pie. Well, being aware of what's going on.
Right.
The fact that, you know, I've had a really stressful day, and there's lots of reasons for having stress. You know, you're going through a divorce or strained relationships. You have a boss at work that's just really giving you problems. You know, that can lead to stress overeating. And there's solutions to that. You know, getting more sleep is really good to do. Meditating, if you can take some quiet time for yourself.
Right.
And relaxing and doing fun exercise. Exercise should always be fun, so pursue the things that you'd like to do. Things like bike riding or rollerblading or running. And engage your social support system. Your friends, your family, they're there to help you. And eat mindfully. Pay attention to the foods that you're eating. It's okay to enjoy these items, but do it limited, right?
If you can also substitute some of
and you
it.
can substitute things, and moderation is another tool. And then another technique you can do is remove yourself from the stress. If it's just too stressful an environment, if the relationship is incredibly toxic, remove yourself so you can reduce your stress levels.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Rob. I can't wait to see what you're going to wear next week.
You're welcome. Yeah, I got to dig in that closet and see what I can pull out.
Right. Well, thanks. And you can certainly leave that cake for
I'm
me.
going after the pie.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
pie.
Sally wants that. And speaking of Sally,